on today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight number 3, Scarecrow. Spot unfortunately took a bit of a hiatus before I was having a look at the other figures. I know after reviewing the Batman, you guys wanted to see the others. Sadly, again, sorry that I didn't get onto them right away. But we're having a look today at Scarecrow. He's number 3 from the Arkham Knight line. Small parts not for children under 3 years of age. This is recommended for ages 14 and up and comes to us from, again, the folks over at DC Collectibles. Spin around the side and we've got kind of a tech spec design of Scarecrow, which is kind of a neat touch. I like that. And then on the back, the other figures, we've already had a look at Batman, but there's also Arkham Knight Batman, Scarecrow, and Harley Quinn. I picked up the Harley, I picked up Scarecrow, and of course picked up Batman. Time will tell as to whether I pick up Arkham Knight Batman. Truth be told, I'm not a fan of the design. I'm really not. But this also comes to us from the folks over at Gentle Giant Studios who were responsible for sculpting these incredible pieces. That being said, Spot is going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at Batman Arkham Knight Scarecrow. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. As we have a look at Scarecrow, it's pretty apparent that once again DC Collectibles has upped their game. I would really like, and it's not quite fair, I understand that, I would really like to take this Scarecrow, and sadly I don't have the other one, the original one from, let's say, Arkham Asylum, because I think there was a Scarecrow from that line too who was super posed, pre-posed and stuff like that. I would love to do a comparison between him and this one, and you would really see how DC Collectibles has upped what they're doing. Just a fantastic figure, both in detail, super posable, which is one thing that I've been missing. Now looking, I guess, at the older figures, if I was to ever go back and look at some of the older figures, I would start really missing that articulation. Pre-posed figures, as detailed as they might be, still limit you what you can do with the figures. If you can get a good amalgamation of two things together, super posable and super detailed, well, you've got yourself, brother, a very winning combination. Let's have a look at the figure. I don't know why I said brother, by the way. Let's have a look at the figure. The figure is nice. Very, very cool. It's that new game design character of Scarecrow, which again carries over slightly in design aesthetics to how he looked in the original Arkham Asylum game. Just again, a little more progression to his details. He does come with one accessory, only one sadly, and that is a mask. And I don't know, it doesn't fit on his face very easily, and I haven't truthfully played the game, so I don't know, maybe it's designed for another character. I might even have to take the head off. I don't know, I'm not quite certain, to be honest. But he does come with another face mask. That may or may not belong to him. It might actually supposed to be used for something else, so again, I do apologize for that. Detailed nice on the face. And I know technically that Joker doesn't really exist anymore. I think Joker's now advanced to something else. He's always changing in the comics. But now seeing what DC Collectibles has done with their figures, upping their game, so to speak, I would love to have seen them reapproach the skinned Joker. You know, having seen this and having seen this, I would love to see them reapproach that character. It probably will never happen, but the original Joker was disappointing. That original skinned Joker was very disappointing. To see them do something like this to that Joker would be awesome. Anyways, let's touch a little more on the face. I kind of started going in and we went off to tangent there. His face is quite nice. That Scarecrow design with the stretched mouth area. That stretched, stitched mouth. Very vacant eyes, and he's got the gas mask breathing apparatus set up on either side of his face mask there. A couple of canisters on the front, and he's got a couple of, I don't think they're bullets. Again, I haven't played the game. It's hard to get time. I'm making up so many excuses, but it's hard to make time nowadays to play games. Between work, you come home, you know, doing editing and reviewing and stuff like that. But I really should set aside some time. I started playing Arkham Asylum many moons ago, and I tried, I think, getting into Arkham City, and for one reason or another, I just couldn't get time to do it. I gotta make more time. I gotta make more time to get into video game playing. But that certainly will not hinder my my time I'm setting aside to review these gorgeous pieces. He's got a couple of canisters on the back there as well. Nice long skirt, which is a soft rubber plastic. Nice flexibility. He's also got a leg brace that attaches from the top of his thigh all the way down to his boots. I love the flaps on boots. Kind of very much like Crow, Eric Draven, the open-tongued boots. It's always a look that I really like. From some of the videos I've seen on Scarecrow, he's got these, one is really bent sadly, but he's got these needle kind of syringes that come out from his claw, from his glove area there. And it's all onto this gauntlet that he's sporting on the side of his forearm there. Again, just a fantastic looking piece. By the way, for scale comparison, we'll put Scarecrow right there. Hopefully get in the stand. He doesn't, again, come with any sort of display stand, which is a shame, but let's bring in Batman. Whoops. Let's bring in Batman. There he is. There's the two right there. Good contrast to one another. The armored up end of Batman here, and then again the more ragtag Scarecrow going on. Good combination between the two. Still, this is one of my new favorite Batmans. I sound so much like a broken record, but DC Collectibles, you're paying for it. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. These figures, for me, are about $20 to $25 a piece. But, you know, I will say you get what you pay for. I mean, these figures, now that they have the extra articulation, if you were selling me on this figure before where he was pre-posed and stuff like that, I would say he's not worth a pickup. But when you start getting into a super detailed, superposable figure, then we can start talking about price. And maybe price is still a little too high on these pieces, but you still get a super detailed version of Scarecrow. When it comes to his articulation, Scarecrow's head does move. It is ball jointed. And it's interesting in that it moves, and then the hose and everything else kind of go with it. I would not stress moving it too much. Don't move it too far one way, because it could rupture the connection between the hose and the top of his mask. The hood also, oh, and that's what it was. Okay, this hood comes back, which is surprisingly odd that I didn't notice that right away. That would explain why you can get this going on there. The Scarecrow mask. I guess that would be correct. Somebody down below was just like, oh, I was going to comment how the hood could come down. Ah, the hood could come down. And there you see his ears. Not really so much his own ears, but ears. Nice touch. I'm surprised again I didn't notice that the hood came down. Kind of elevates already my feelings of this figure. As for the rest of his articulation, he has ball hinge joints on the shoulders, which rotate forward and back, swivel points in the bicep area, hinge points as well as, actually it shouldn't be say it's a swivel point in the forearm, he only swivels in the bicep, but hinges in the elbow, swivels at the hand, has the upper torso, well, it's not really so much upper torso, it's a torso joint, a torso ball joint right by the waist area that allows him to rotate this way. And then finally, he has ball hinge joints in the legs, which rotate out. Swivel point at the top of the thigh, right actually where the knee brace, leg brace attaches itself. He's got a bend in the elbow, or bend in the knee. That would be a knee spot, bend in the knee, and hinged in the feet. Spot picked this up from his comic book store, a comic book store I regularly go to. Of course, if you want to pick this guy up for yourself, I don't think he's available so much in retail. Usually like the DC Collectibles and DC Direct figures when they were back in the day. Usually those are more comic book store-ish or specialty stores. That's usually where you find them. But if you do have a chance, pick up Scarecrow if you can. Batman, I think, is still fairly easy to find. He's not available actually where I went. They only had still Scarecrows and Harleys, but if you can do yourself a favor, pick this guy up if you're a fan of the game, or really even for that matter. I don't personally play the game, but I'm a fan of Scarecrow, and I'm a fan of Batman. I've always been a big fan of Batman, so even though I don't have a lot of attachment to this character, Scarecrow, in the game, I can still have a lot of appreciation for what DC Collectibles put into this figure. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham Knight. We're having a look today at Scarecrow. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have reviews of Harley on the way. She's going to be right around the corner. And again, more videos, of course, heading your way as well. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.